As I was mentioning to Sierra up here at the front, this stuff will be a little bit different than what we were doing last week, although it is the same. The only difference is now we're going to be specific, or it's going to be a little bit more streamlined, a little bit easier to write that rule because I'm going to give you a formula. There isn't, there's not a way to get it wrong then. What we're going to look at today is going to be what they call arithmetic sequences. Arithmetic meaning that it has a common difference every time. So you're going up or down by the same number every time. So first of all, they're going to give you questions like this, and they're going to ask you, is this arithmetic, yes or no? So, how are the numbers being generated? What are you doing to get the next number? Adding 7 every time? This is considered arithmetic then because we are adding 7 every time. It's not multiplied, it's not squared, it's adding 7. Done. What about is this arithmetic? It's going down, which is okay to go down if it's arithmetic, but is it going down by the same number every time?
No.
No, it's not. So this is not arithmetic because it's not going down by the same number every time. The first one was because we were adding 7. We could also subtract 7, that's not a big deal. But it needs to be the same number every time in order for it to be arithmetic. If it's not, it's not. It's something else. Okay? So the first one will ask you, is this arithmetic, yes or no? So for the first one, we said yes. Why? Because we're adding 7 every time. Second one, no. Why? Because we're not adding or subtracting the same number every time. It will ask you to tell me, is this yes or no, and then why. The why is something as simple as, does it go up by the same number every time or doesn't it? What do you guys think? Not too bad with the first ones? Okay. Then, as far as writing the rule, an arithmetic sequence has a formula for any of them that we can find. Here's the formula for this. All we're going to do is we're going to insert the numbers where they belong, and we've got our formula. So last week you guys were talking about, or the biggest problem was writing the rule. You guys struggled writing the rule sometimes, or you were very close, but you didn't know exactly what to write. Okay, or a lot of times when we were going up by a certain number, you were really close to it, but it was just a little off. This is going to take that guesswork out of play. This is the formula for it. A1 refers to the first term. So this one right here means first term. So we're going to put in the first term in that spot. The D over here refers to common difference. What the common difference is the number that you're adding or subtracting every time. So in the first one that Amanda said was arithmetic because it was going up by 7, 7 goes in the D spot. The n minus 1, you can leave it. Because then what it'll ask you to do is it'll ask you to come up with what's the 10th term or 100th term, and that's where we put the 10 or the 100 in for n. See what we get. So as far as the formula goes, it's going to be a lot more streamlined because here it is. All you got to do is know the first number and what the common difference is. So on this one here where it says 3, 8, 13, 18, I want you to write the rule. What's the first term? 3. And what's the common difference? 5. It's going up by 5 every time. You just wrote the rule. There is not you trying to figure it out. Unlike what you guys were doing the other day, it's a little bit more streamlined. This is also, if you would like to be, if you don't like to see it like that, you can also clean it up. If you distribute the 5 through there, that's 5n minus 5. And then if you combine like terms, That's 5n minus 2. Which, on some of your ones that you guys were dealing with last week, when you were going up by a certain number every time, remember how we said we multiplied it by that, then we subtract or add? We were actually coming up with that formula last week. You just didn't know it. Okay? What do you think? Not too bad? Okay, write the formula.
I'm so tired too. And it's 2 Tuesday.
That's a 31.
My mom just knows I go to fruity every day, so today when I was leaving my house, she said, have a fun tutti frutti. It was fun. Next week I'll be Wednesday. Who knows, maybe you'll show up and you won't be able to.
Owen, you got it?
Like last time.
Okay, what do you got? Yeah, the equation. Oh, you don't have that yet? Okay, Bryce, do you got it?
Yeah.
What is it?
55 plus n minus 1 times 8.
Where'd you get the 8 from?
That's the difference between the first and the second.
Okay, careful. Okay, Bryce is about 90% right. He's missing something though. No, everything is fine except for one piece that he's missing. The 8's supposed to be negative because we're going down. Okay, so be careful with that part of it. Even though, and this is the part where, Bryce, you're not alone with that part. A lot of times people say, well, but difference means subtraction. And you're right, it does. However, when you're going down, you got to have a negative there. Okay? If you're going up, it'd be positive. If you're going down, it's got to be negative in that slot. Are you guys comfortable with that? Not too bad? Now, the next type that they're going to give you is they're going to give you something like this. They're going to give you that, hey, the 19th term is negative 45, and the common difference is negative 3. What's the rule? What's the main equation? So what we're going to do is we're going to try to plug in what we know and see what we can get. So if we jump into this type of scenario, which is the original kind of thing, put in there what you know. Negative 3 is the D. Right. What about the 19, Hunter? That would be the N. Hunter, do you know what the first term is? No. That's the 19th term. You don't know what the first term is, but Hunter, what you do know is when you put in 19, you got out negative 45. Negative 45 is your A sub n. So what are you trying to find with this, you guys? Yeah, you don't know the A1. Okay, even though it's a good steak sauce, you don't know what it is. So therefore, when you're trying to find it, plug in what you know, work backwards. So here's the common mistake that some of you guys will make. You'll do something with the negative 3 that's not right. So first thing I would do is what's 19 minus 1?
18.
What's 18 times negative 3?
Negative 50.
Okay, so again, what I did first was I took 18 and then I times it by negative 3. Now, how would I solve for A1? What's negative 45 plus 54? Now, can you write the rule? As long as you know what A1 is, and as long as you know what the difference is, you can write the rule. So A sub n equals, what was the first term again? 9 plus n minus 1 times the D. Then the only other part that it will ask you to do from there is it will ask you to also graph the first 6 terms of the sequence on a problem like this. Do you know how to graph the first 6 terms? Do you remember how you put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before? And then it looked like a dot plot, right? So you went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the bottom. Then you went up, yeah. And then you went up how far and you just made a dot? No. No. That was, we just did this last week. So, yeah, we did. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I put in 1, what do I get? 9. If I put in 2, what do I get? If I put in 3, what do I get? If I put in 4, what do I get? If I put in 5, what do I get? If I put in 6, what do I get? That's me sketching the first 6 graphs, or first 6 terms of the sequence. Shouldn't look linear. Yes. Because these are a common difference. If you were to multiply it out, it's a straight line. Okay, anytime it's got something n plus or minus a number like that, that's a line. So it should look like a straight line. As far as you graphing the first 6 terms, you put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the outputs are your y coordinates. Okay? Now, should this one have gone down like it did? Yes. Because what was the common difference? -3. Bryce's -8 would have also had a downward slope. Now, again, here's what you're going to be asked to do. The first ones are going to say, are these arithmetic, yes or no? So all you do is you look at it and say, yes, it goes up by the same number, or no, it doesn't. Then it'll ask you to write the rule for the nth term, then find a sub 20, which means you put in 20 for n and see what you get. Then it says write the rule for the nth term, which is exactly what we just did on this slide. And then graph the first 6 terms. So are you guys comfortable with this? You guys good with that? Yes? No? Natalia, yes, no?
I did good.
Good with it?
I haven't. Yesterday, I went to call her to go and she's like, enjoy, and I go, you too. I was like, I felt so stupid.